Hey there everybody, this is Love is Buggus, insert witty catchphrase here, and today I'm going to be doing a trailer analysis for the upcoming adaptation / remake of Stephen King's Carrie coming out this year in 2013. But before we start, I gotta be honest with you guys, Stephen King is probably up there with like my top 5 favorite authors, and Carrie specifically is one of my favorite books, if not my favorite, next to The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. DFTBA, you know. So when I first heard about this, I was kind of about it, and plus I'm a big fan of the film with Sissy Spacek, Piper Laurie, and when I first heard about it and saw the first teaser, I kind of assumed it followed more closely to the book than the Brian De Palma film did, but I don't know. After seeing this trailer, I'm not quite sure what to think of it. I mean, with what I saw, I noted a couple things and that kind of bothered me, and some things that were just kind of like pleasant surprises based on my original inference of this is going to follow more closely to the book, and let's talk about those. The first thing I noticed was Julianne Moore playing Margaret White. I don't know, it's just something about the performance that she gave in the trailer. It kind of bothered me. Because, I mean, obviously she's no Piper Laurie, but I mean, she didn't seem crazy. She seemed, like, just tired. And throughout the entire trailer with her scenes, she didn't seem like she was putting that much effort into it. I mean, at least with Piper Laurie, she had this mentality of, like, she was over the top. But with the material she had, especially being a religious nut, you could be over the top cuckoo crazy and in a way still be kind of threatening, because religion and beliefs are a very powerful thing. And to quote George Carlin, the more devout you are, the more you see murder as being negotiable. And that, I think, was what solidified the creepiness and like downright scariness of Piper Laurie's interpretation of Margaret White. So I'm very tentative about liking Julianne Moore's interpretation. I'm not digging it so far. The next thing is kind of a small nitpick. The car in the beginning of the trailer, like Margaret dropping off Carrie at the school. To me, a car just kind of seems out of place. The next thing I noticed from the get-go, and especially at the beginning of this, I even said this to myself, that I did not see Chloe as Carrie. She did not scream Carrie to me. Sissy Spacek, you look at her, she plays Carrie. She looks like a girl that you'd see getting picked on in school. And kind of taking this aside for a minute, the thing that I kind of like gripe about anytime there's a Carrie movie, the girl who always plays Carrie is always extremely skinny. But like in the book, she's considered, I remember Miss Desjardins described her as a whiny ball of lard, and I remember she was described as being chubby and kind of pizza-faced, yet I see these girls who are super stick thin playing Carrie, and I'm just kind of like sitting there, me weighing almost 200 pounds, going, no! I can totally do this. Let me play Carrie. I'll show you how it is in the book, you know? I mean, that's obviously lost dreams of being an actress weighing in on that picks. But back to what I was saying. To me, aside from the tangent I just went on, Chloe to me seems too normal. Like, she doesn't look like odd. She doesn't look out of place. When you saw Sissy Spacek on the screen, and even the chick who played her in the 2002 movie, they seemed odd. Chloe seems like she can fit in with a snap of a finger, and it's just, she doesn't, like, ooze girl who gets picked on all the time. And to me, I think that's one of the major things. The way that she carried herself didn't really scream like lonely. She just looked almost kind of apathetic, while as Sissy Spacek, she seemed lonely and depressed, and she had this kind of longing look on her face that she just wanted to be accepted, and I don't really see that in Chloe too much. In the trailer, Julianne Moore was doing the "and God made Eve of the rib of Adam, and Eve was weak, and loosed the raven on the world, and the raven was called sin," and God visited Eve with a curse, and this curse was the curse of blood and whatever. And Carrie said,
Mama, that's not even in the Bible. It doesn't say that anywhere.
no. No and no. The thing is, I know Sissy Spacek defied her mom in that scene a little bit too, but she wasn't like outright saying no to her mom, like, no way, that's not in the Bible. But she was like saying, she was more along the line saying, no mom, you're not listening to me, not outright saying, no mom, you're wrong. To me, that kind of makes Carrie seem way too defiant. And if she seems defiant, then she could very easily get friends and make a name for herself. She doesn't need to be like this lonely girl. And to me, that just seems very contradictory and unnecessary. Because, I mean, if you're trying to get across that people pick on her, then at least make her, make her have, there's this piece missing.
There was something else as well. Something that broadcasts strange, not like us, keep away, on a wavelength only other kids can pick up. It is like a pirate radio station of the heart. I can no longer pick up on that wavelength, but I can remember it very well.
Well, long story short, I think that she seemed too defiant against her mom, at least this early in the film. The next thing that I wrote was that they actually did include a scene from the book that I'm happy about that they didn't include in the 1976 film. In the book, Carrie was in her room and she was just kind of practicing her gift of telekinesis, and she's just kind of lifting up books, and she's actually lifting up the bed with her on it. And in the book, it was just this big rush of adrenaline. She's kind of lifting things up. She's tired. It's heavy, and it's a big process, and she's practicing this gift, and I think that was perfect. It was one of those scenes that, in a way, can kind of be deemed as unnecessary, but it almost kind of isn't, because it shows, it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, this telekinesis, this power that she's gonna have in the climax, it's being, developed, it's being shown. It's not just, this big MacGuffin that she just all of a sudden obtains, you know? And I'm really glad that they added that in, or at least put that into the film. The one thing that I noticed, and I'm going to kind of allude back to the film again, because I'm doing that a lot.
I take pride in rescuing one of my favorite lines. It's very subtle and it sort of goes by and people don't pay any attention to it really. But it's in that scene when I come to see her just before she's getting ready to go and she's made her own dress. And obviously it's pale pink, which wasn't planned. It was in the script. My line is red. I might have known it would be red. And the designer decided that pink would look nicer on Sissy. And no one bothered to check the dialogue. And so there I was with my line, red. I might have known it would be red.
Red. I might have known it would be red.
It's pink, Mama.
Brian was going to change it. I said, no. You know, in her head, it's red.
Or she played such a level of crazy that it seemed justified that she'd say it like that. And again, this goes back to Julianne Moore's performance. It's like, I don't think she'll be able to say it with that much conviction. Red. I might have known it would be red. And again, it's just like, I'd like to see it be closer to the book. I mean, it seems like it's going to try to be closer to the book, so why not make it red? I mean, it just seems kind of obvious to make it red. I mean, you don't necessarily have to be all girly and go pale pink. Just make it red. I see no problem in that. And then, the one final thing I have to say, oh God, her going nuts. This to me, that just looks so plasticky and just so wrong. It just looks bad and awful and bad. And her eyes are like glowing yellow. What is this? She's not like a demon child. She's magically gifted with lifting things. Like, if she had like those hands from Elfenlied, you probably, like, she doesn't have yellow eyes. And she can't even pull off look there. Like, at least with Sissy Spacek, she looked like she snapped. She looked like she went crazy. It's like, you know what? That was the final straw. I'm done with you motherfuckers. But with Chloe, she just looks kind of meh. She looks almost like she's focused, but not like pissed focused. She just kind of looks like, make sure I'm moving this. It doesn't look authentic. And that's, I think, the main problem with this film that I can tell. And that's really a shame. It looks so plastic looking. And that bothers me to no end because the book, aside from the telekinesis part, it was so grounded in reality for me. Because the thing is, I mean, people can be that mean to other people. People can be religiously nuts like Margaret White can be. And there are people who will literally seek out vengeance like Chris Hargensen does. And there are people who will snap like Carrie White did. And to me, it doesn't seem real. And that's what I'm afraid of, is that this movie will not be real enough to compare to the book. I'm obviously gonna go see it, because I mean, Stephen King, he's my boy, but again, I don't see a lot of good coming from it. If you want to see a good interpretation of Carrie, either read the book or see the movie with Sissy Spacek. It's worth your time, trust me. And I'm Lovis Buggus, insert witty and catchphrase here.